Hello, hello. Welcome to week 14. You got me, Lady Shot Caller. Haven't been here in a while. I'm really glad to be joined by one of my favorite people, Janae. How are you?
Hello, I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, right.
How are
Holiday
you?
season. It's real life. Family stuff. Family, kids, Christmas. We know. What's up? Football. Speaking of stress, let's talk about going into the fantasy football playoffs next week. How do you feel? You're doing pretty good.
I know. Okay, you're done. I was feeling better before a couple of my guys got hurt, but we're rolling with the punches.
I think you're looking pretty good, honestly. Dak Prescott has stepped his game up. You're looking pretty good there. Let's see who else we got. Nico Collins. I think he's going to be a wide receiver one easily.
He was last week.
At the end, I think by the end of the season, he's going to definitely have finished as a wide receiver one, which is crazy to say, but especially with Tank Dell out,
Yes.
Which is not rest in peace. He's not dead, obviously, but rest in peace, because that was detrimental to my whole fantasy life. So did you have him at all?
No, I don't. It was probably a Nick Chubb moment, though. That was the beginning of my season.
Right, exactly. See, everybody hit Sunday. I literally got alert after alert after alert. So I didn't have any injuries really throughout the season up until this week. And I was like, great. I had like perfect buy setup. I made sure I was set up right. And then everybody got hurt.
But you're still killing it.
So here we are. We are now trying to figure out who we stash, who we drop, who we make room for to try to proceed into these playoffs, right? So ultimately, I think we should start with some major injuries. Who do you have? Who's your injury list that's really affecting you the most?
In our league is definitely Ramondre Stevenson. That was a big one.
Yeah.
A couple beautiful weeks. But I was able to snag Ezekiel Elliott, so.
Yeah, I mean, that leads us right into the RB conversation, right? Like Zeke is going to, so the Pats O-line it's a mess. They have a lot of injuries. We have, most of their wide receivers aren't doing very well either. So I think Zeke's going to get the workload that everybody kind of hoped he would get in the beginning of the year. Ramondre should have been getting this whole time.
Yeah.
So you were lucky enough to get Zeke. Obviously, he probably won't be available in anybody's leagues as of today. But if he is, that is somebody that you definitely need to pick up. Because let's see, what is he? He's available ownership. So he's owned in about 60% of sleeper leagues. Other leagues, I think he's about 58 or something. So
he's still right around there.
Yeah, there's some room there. Okay, so some other injuries that are notable, right? We've got Kenny Pickett out. We've got Mitch Trubisky starting on Thursday night. I know that Najee Harris isn't doing well with his ankle, so I think that might leave the way for Jalen Warren, and potentially George Pickens might actually be a great play. Wide receiver 3 probably would be my guess.
Yeah, if you've got him and you're desperate, it might not be terrible.
Yeah, for sure. And then we've got some other notable injuries. We've got Puka Nacua. He's got an AC joint tear, which is a big deal. I'm not sure I'm pretty sure he's not. I'm pretty sure he's out, but I don't know if anybody's hopeful. I've torn my AC joint and it is no joke. So yeah. With that being said, Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker the third. We've got some issues there on Seattle's in Seattle's running game, right? They're going up against the 49ers, and that leaves us with DJ Dallas.
Woo!
Yay! But I think that Gino has literally had like 35 dropbacks in his last 4 games, right? So I think he'll have to throw against 49ers. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of garbage time. Do you have any shares?
Active quarterback, but yeah, he's going to struggle.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough game, but I think that it'll allow for a lot of deep ball passes, which is, DK Metcalf. Obviously, I don't know if anybody sat him last week. I mean, chime in if you have, because holy shit. So then we've got JSN and I think we're seeing the rise of rookies, right, Janae? Like we're getting the rise.
Oh my gosh. There's some fun ones popping up there, like Dontavian.
Wata? I have Wata too.
Yeah, Wicks might be a fun one. I don't know. I have a good feeling about him. He's got 4 targets in 5 straight games, but it's the yardage that's really something to look at.
Okay, right on. And then so let's see. We have, and then going back to Geno, we've got, in the past 6 games, he's had 36 pass attempts and he's averaged 19.6 fantasy points. So I think that Geno Smith, I mean, he's a quarterback. He's in top 15 quarterback. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he snuck up there because he was a little shaky at the beginning of the season.
Right. I think we were all a little concerned.
I drafted him.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's like, no. So we've got, let's see, some other injuries. I think Derrick Henry, I'm not sure if he'll be all right, but it's one of those things. He's questionable. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll play. But Tyjae Spears is somebody.
He wasn't on like concussion protocol, right?
I don't think so. No. So I think we'll be fine there. I heard something yesterday that was like, Derrick Henry, the field got a concussion. It's like because of Derrick Henry. You guys are stupid.
Pretty funny though.
Other than that, Christian Watson, I think his hamstring is made of cheese. So Christian Watson's injury leaves room for Jaden Reed. If you haven't picked him up, if he hasn't been picked up in your league, and if you're in like a friends and family type league where people really aren't paying attention, go pick up Jaden Reed because I think
there's a very, very good chance that he's still available in your league.
Yeah. Potential league winner. I think personally, I know Romeo Dobbs takes some of that share, but like Aaron Jones is constantly hurt and AJ Dillon is, Did you have Dillon or was it Blondie that had Dillon?
No, not me.
Okay. I think it was Blondie. She picked him up, was hoping for a little love there as well. So as for injuries, I mean, we kind of know all the major ones outside of that. We move into I think more streamers and stashes, right? Let's talk about Jake Browning from Cincinnati. Okay, he was came in for Joe Burrow and he was a quarterback 23, and he was an 18, and then he was a QB4. Did you happen to watch any of his gameplay?
I watched highlights because I was on my way back from SoFi.
Right. You went to
I love it. It was so fun. I love and hate going to live games because I don't watch any of the other ones, and then I just got to catch up on highlights.
Right, but it's so much fun.
Who'd you go see? A great game. Sorry, what? Okay.
I said, what game did you go to? Sorry.
I was at SoFi, so it was the Rams game. Rams-Browns.
Browns. And then let's see, I've only been to Chargers games. I haven't been to Rams games. How do Ram fans show up?
They're pretty fun. They're mellow. There's not fights or anything, but it wasn't as loud as a Chargers game, I'll tell you that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Even smacking the crap out of the Browns, it still wasn't as loud as a Chargers game.
Yeah, you think it would be. I'm they're a little more chill, I feel like.
They're very chill, but they just are kind of quiet. I don't know if it's because the teams moved, fairly recently, and so they're not lifelong diehard fans.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Out of that stadium. So.
But yeah, I mean, we'll go. I guess going back to Jake Browning, Cincinnati, we've got a decent schedule coming up for him, and let's talk about what he did with Jamar Chase. So with Jamar Chase, it wasn't just about Jamar Chase being the big deep ball threat, like he usually is, this very explosive player. He was able to get these short passes, right? So I think Jamar Chase had 30, I think it was 39 points.
It was looking like he usually does.
Right, exactly. Well, and we've been missing all season. So he had 31 points in full PPR. Yeah, so 149 yards and a touchdown. And I think that went on smart gameplay, right? Where they told Jake, they were look, throw the ball to our exceptional players, get Joe Mixon in the mix, and then he did his job.
Yeah, I mean, he really showed up. He understood the assignment, and his receivers were ready for him. They were like, okay, dude, if you put the ball where it's supposed to be, I will be there for you.
Yeah. And I know T. Higgins came back, and we didn't see much from him, so I would be weary of playing him again as well. I really think that against Indy's Indy's defense, I think Chase is going to be the man. I think Mixon's going to be the man. And I would actually keep an eye out for tight ends in this game as well, because they're going to have to mix it up a little bit.
Absolutely. I think that they're going to be the ones to sneak by.
But yeah, I think Jake Browning's somebody you can hold on to in case anything happens in the next couple of weeks. If you have room on your bench, if you're in a super flex league, obviously, like, he's definitely a QB2 potential. So
yeah, or like me, who snagged Trevor Lawrence and thought I'd struck gold, and then please be low ankle.
This is the story of our life.
Both. My brother too were just like killing quarterbacks this season. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. I think there's one league where I have like 5 quarterbacks just sitting. Yeah. So, okay. And then let's go. Okay. Let's talk about Josh Dobbs. We have the Vikings against the Raiders. Josh Dobbs coming back. He needs to bounce back. They're going to start him, but we have Justin Jefferson's coming back. I think Josh Dobbs has been exceptional for the fact that he's been on 3 teams this year.
Dude, I love him as a human. And I think he's very, very, very smart and understands the game and field. So it's so funny when he was doing well and everyone's like, oh my gosh, he's so amazing, blah, 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 especially showing up in Minnesota. And then they're like, oh, he's human after all. He sucks. I'm like, no, he's not. He really isn't. Like, just give him a sec to find his ground.
Yeah. So ultimately, like, he had, what was it? He had 6 turnovers in the 2 games, right, with them. And so, like, I get it. I get but that's where, Kevin McConnell is like, I have faith in him. We've had a bye week. He's had a little more time to get acclimated with the team. And again,
Allen. I mean, you want to talk about turnovers?
Yeah. So I'm like, we got to give this man a chance, because he's been a top 10 quarterback like 5 times this year, and that's hard to say. I don't know. So I pray. I did trade Justin Jefferson in a few leagues, and like obviously he was out for 5 weeks. So I'm really hoping that he doesn't come back and explode.
As long as it's not against you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh man, he's projected at like 20 points. I'm like, really, guys? First week back, you think? Oh, okay. Yeah. So Josh Dobbs is he's throwing between 32 and 40 times a game. I mean, his completion rate is pretty up there. I mean, there's opportunity here for him. I definitely think he's going to have a 250-yard game. I think that's absolutely possible against Las Vegas. Against the Raiders, I don't see an issue there. And I definitely think he's somebody to stream and also hold on to for the weeks to come. Because now this is where we get into the idea of, like, we need to talk about matchups, right? This is now where we really talk about strength of schedule and who they're playing, because we're very familiar with the teams these other teams are playing, right? We're familiar with their defenses. And hi, girls. So
sorry, one of them was eating raw pasta, and I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, it's like crispy noodles. You're like, my life. Hello, everyone. This is what it's like to be default parent.
Yes. No, I know you're not really here to listen to us talk about football. You're here to watch the chaos ensue.
Actually, we were looking for a babysitter so we can go out. That's what we were doing.
Yeah.
So if anybody watching? No? Okay.
I mean, they're super sweet kids. Come watch them.
They're adorable. And I'm pretty sure that they're really, really, really sweet. I have yet to meet them in person. So
and they do love football, so they can.
Exactly. So how can you lose? We're not losing here. That's great. So yeah, moving on to, all right, let's jump into running backs. Obviously we were talking about Zeke Elliott. God only knows what this is going to look like. Maybe he'll have like a performance like he did, in the middle of his career. I don't know. I'm excited.
Anything is possible. Like we said before, he's really the only target on that team, honestly. And it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback for him. He's going to make it work.
Right. Exactly. So, again, Tyjae Spears might be somebody to look into. Derrick Henry is aging, and Tyjae Spears' workload is relevant. All right. Another player that people might have had to drop during buys is Keaton Mitchell. He shouldn't be available, but if he is, I would pick him up.
Again, sometimes people just slip through.
Yep. And then pick him up if somebody, even if you don't need, I mean, we need whatever you can get, but even if you don't necessarily have the room, but you can drop somebody, then I would go ahead, because you don't want somebody else to drop them. That's it, really. We're at this stage. All right.
Block them.
Yeah, exactly. We're cock blocking over here. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, big time.
All right, so let's talk about potential. So we're still in the running back game. Let's talk about potential league winners. I don't know if you agree with me. We're gonna talk about Roschon Johnson. I think that Roschon Johnson has the opportunity finally for he needs to show the Bears when he's out. The Bears want to see what he's capable of. For, you know what I mean, draft is coming, right? So they need to know if their investment was worth it. Do they need to make some changes? And I think that they're going to really start getting him some volume.
He's a prince or frog right now, and he needs to be a prince or he's in trouble. Yep.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? He was really fantastic in college, and I mean, he was explosive. He can get through blocks. Like he's a great player. But the Bears I hate to say this, like, they know how to destroy teams. So. Destroy rookies. So like I hope we get to see him really come out. I did drop him a couple weeks ago just because I needed the bench space, and I'm a little sad about it now because, like, of course, he's hot news, hot topic.
You're like, ooh.
So my other, I think, potential league winner is Devin Achane. Obviously, like, nobody dropped him while he was hurt, because if you did, that's crazy.
Yeah, you put him in your IR.
Yeah. And so Devin Achane, he is explosive. We know he's a phenomenal player. What do we have? 4 games with at least 10 touches, and he's scored at least 21 fantasy points in those games. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
Monster. Yeah. And then Mostert's still definitely playable. He's a top 20 running back.
I mean, I'm impressed that he's still keeping up and he hasn't gotten injured, honestly. I didn't expect him to still be doing this well.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, breaking tackles, the whole 9. So Mostert is definitely inside the top 20. I think Achane is definitely inside the top 10. So it's one of those situations, if you have both, playing both. I mean, I think you're going to get what you're looking for in ceiling, and then the extremely high floor as well. So any league winners for you? Is there anybody that you're thinking of that, like, can potentially carry you through the playoffs?
On my team specifically?
Any of your teams, any plays that you feel extremely confident about, who have either started to be consistent or you think might get consistent as we move forward in the next coming weeks.
mean, Dak turned it on for me, mid-season I picked him up.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, it felt real recent. And for all the people who have the Dak CeeDee Lamb combo, that's great. That's
man. It's big.
I do have Pollard. He kind of woke up in the last couple weeks, so I'm hoping the 2 of them carry me through. I hope to see you in the championship. Really, that would be great.
Oh my God, it would be great, but it's been such a touch and go situation. I am so lucky. I will tell you this. I am so lucky. Actually, I'll share the screen real quick, because I am extremely lucky that that's what I meant to do. I had us on the wrong setting. I'm going to share our screen and show our league real quick, because let's see, share. All right. Can you see it? No, you can't. Hold on. It does this every time. Let me see. I'm
glad I'm not trying. Technology and I are not friends.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like, why are we entire screen? No, we want window. No, we want the Chrome tab. Share. Oh, here we go. Okay, show on screen. I know what I'm doing. It's fine. It's funny. Nobody's even here, so it's fine. It's not a big deal.
I was like, is anyone watching? I don't know. I don't see any.
No. Yeah, we do. We have somebody's in now. Hello, whoever you are. Thank you for joining us. All right, so here we are. We are in the grind time. All right, we've got 4 people that have clinched spots. Jenny's Wish, which is Scotty's wife, with fantasy football wish list. Stepmom Lauren, who you can find on Sirius XM Radio, Jeff Radcliffe Show, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern, on Channel 87. Kiki, who is Fantasy Football Guy's wife. She's a badass. Touchdowns and tight ends, who are our league champs from last year. They have all clinched, and they're in the playoffs. I'm a little sad. Obviously, I like lost playoffs. And then we've got you and Rachel, my sister-in-law.
Dude,
Albert.
All right, Jenny took first over Lauren. What?
Well, that's the thing. So everybody's tied. It's just a point situation at this point.
Oh, I was like stomping everybody.
Yeah. So it's basically like spread out. Like you and I, yeah, the points are actually almost in order, except for poor Blondie. She's beating a few of us, and her record. It's just one of those sad seasons.
There was like weeks where she lost by just a little bit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, because her team is just stacked.
Oh yeah, exactly. So it's just one of those things where she had like that. I have a couple leagues like that where it's like I have like 1,700 points, and everybody else has 1,500, but I'm in 7th place. So
yeah, it was. I got beat by a couple points like in the beginning, week after week, and I'm like, oh, I might just be out. Okay, that's
yeah, no, and you're right up there. I mean, I'm happy with the 6 that if it's you 6 that get in there, that's fantastic. So, I'm like right in the middle, lingering with this 7-6 situation. So we've got all right. So with that being said, this is where we're at for playoffs. We've got 4 that have clinched. I have a couple leagues where people haven't even clinched yet, which is crazy to show how competitive this year has been. I think it's just been a matter of waivers, and if you haven't been present, then you don't do well.
Sorry, an entire container of cookies just went all over my floor.
Oh yes. All right. So what we'll do, we'll just do a quick let's look at because you're playing Blondie this week.
Yes.
Let's take a quick look at your matchup. And obviously she's got some moves to make. Her quarterback is empty. You got Dak Prescott and Pollard. I like this situation at going up against Philly because we saw what 49ers did, right? So, whew, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. So we've got Jahmyr Gibbs and Pollard. All right. So I feel like they're pretty equivalent. I mean, with Monty, it's probably a little bit of share against the Bears. So I think you've got the one up on Pollard. What do you think about Zeke and Rachaad White? Who do you think is
I love Rachaad White, but he's just not been he's been great and consistent, truly, but he hasn't been as explosive as he's been in the past.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure that's just a quarterback situation. I'm probably comparing it to when Brady was with him. But
oh yeah.
I was like, no, I have all the confidence in Rachaad White. I think he's gonna be solid.
Yeah, I agree. So we've got so Tank Dell is out, so she's obviously got to make that move as well. Drake London, I'm a little nervous about. I want to take a look at you.
I'm super nervous about him, but I have no one on my bench.
Who do you have on your bench? All right, let's here real quick. We'll finish going through real quick. We've got girls. We're almost done. Don't worry, I promise. So we've got Keenan Allen, Puka Nacua. We got to obviously she's got to keep an eye out for him. I mean, you're looking strong. You've got a strong set of people here. You could even throw Nico into
the wide receiver and then
into your wide receiver, and then you have. I think Komet's going to be a great play this week.
Yeah,
I was like,
I love that matchup, and like we talked about earlier. I thought that was here.
I love LA, and you've got kids. I've got sirens. It's fine. We're good.
Woo!
All right. Just for everybody, let's take a look at our who's available just to see what we could do for you potentially, right?
Oh, see, I told you it was Albert. Hi, Albert.
Oh yeah.
The best.
Say that, yeah. Albert. He was just on the shot caller. Shot callers live is at 5:30, so they just had theirs as well. I think so. We've got Zay Jones because Christian Kirk will be out. Zay Jones is an option. Oh, and then we'll finish up. We got Mingo. Mingo is somebody I think down the road we should keep an eye on as well. And then Noah Brown is also another potential player. And then is that Jameson? It is. So, and yeah, Jameson, 10 points. I mean, that's not terrible.
Sorry, what?
So,
I cut out.
I was sorry. I don't know if I'm losing service. All right. So anyways, what I was saying was I was looking at our waivers just to see who's available. Jalen Hyatt is also another option, I think, down for the stretch that you can hold on to. But anywho's, that's enough of that. I think let me stop sharing and we're going to let you eat some cookies off the floor.
If you're asking me anything, I can't understand you. It's like really weird and choppy when you
Oh, can you hear me now?
Kinda. It's like robot-y talk.
Oh no.
It's fun stuff, you know.
Oh, that sucks. It's like super clear on my side.
Technology.
Okay, hold on. Can you send us out? Did you hear me?
I didn't mute. No.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, no, I think you're back. You're normal.
Am I normal again?
Yeah, now you're normal.
I think it was from sharing the screen.
Oh, okay.
I think it was from sharing the screen, guys. We had some technical difficulties. All right, guys. Well, if you need any help moving forward with the down the stretch for fantasy football playoffs, we've got a Thursday night show, a Friday night show, a Saturday night show, and a Sunday morning show with the one and only Scotty Fantasy Football Wish List. He has spilled coffee on Sunday mornings, and we're here for you on the Fantasy Football Advice Network app. I know how to talk. It's fine. And if you have any questions, you can find us on Instagram and just go ahead and throw us a DM. We're all there. And if you need any start sits questions or some drops, then let's get it. But thank you for joining us tonight, and we will catch you next week.